Welcome to another day in the Matrix. Waters above crypto. Today we're seeing some blood in the streets. Everyone's getting a red pill today. And anyone who's been following this channel could have expected this, since the top of XRP getting rejected at exactly $1.11, 111, and wicking down to about a 23% from the top, and the 23 showing up in XRP reverse ordinal. This is amazing to see these numbers showing up time and time again. And we've been trying to show the significance of these small, little, simple utilizations of a Gematria calculator. You don't need to really overthink things to be able to see how well they work. Again, this entire market operating under some sort of guise of news to push prices, when in reality it is the astrology, zodiac, gematria, numerology, all running off of the Kabbalistic code. So we're going to follow up on some more XRP decoding and getting into the charts to see where XRP's price will go next. If you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of gematria, numerology, and astrology to understand these markets. So if you haven't already subscribed and you like what we're doing here, feel free to subscribe, give this video a like, and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. Also, there's a promo code in the pinned comment below if you're interested in joining the Mastermind course with lifetime access. The Mastermind is my crystal ball. It's where I teach my strategies of technical analysis and gematria so they can be used together to make accurate predictions of the dates and price targets before they happen. So my email's in the description box. If you want to join the Mastermind course using the promo code, send me an email and we'll get you signed up. So let's get into the charts and look at some of the numbers. So the most obvious being the 111 price happening on the 4/6 date. And one of the things that we were tracking here was this breakout, which started on April 5th, 2021 with a 44% gain. If you look right up here as I hover the price, we have a 44% gain happening on the 4/5/2021 date. When we type in 4/5/2021, we get the 14. And the 14 starting this date on the 14th week of the year. So April 5th, 2021 is the 14th week of the year, and this date equals 14 in numerology, coming back to XRP 14. And the significance also of what just happened with the 95th day of the year. If I take this and I drag to the current high, which happened on April 6th, we're getting 95 days. And this is absolutely amazing how well this works, because 9 plus 5 equals 14. So again, this is all manipulated using this esoteric code. We have the breakout big day happening on the 14 date numerology. Then we have the 14th week starting out this breakout on the exact day. And it is 95 days to hit the top, the 111 price, and 95. 9 plus 5 comes back to 14. Another thing with the 44%, and if you add on an extra cipher, the Jewish cipher, and you type in XRP, you get 440 in Jewish. So we had the 4% gain on April 5th, the 44% gain, and the 440, all happening on the 14 date numerology. It's amazing stuff, right? So today we got a nice rejection from the top, coming down about 23%, of course coming back to the 23, which is very, very crucial in all of this. My work in my mastermind course goes over each of these numbers and their significance and how they keep showing up in this market. Let's look a little bit though into some of the technical analysis after I show you this. So I thought this was really interesting. From the very bottom, when the quote-unquote SEC dump happened, to the top. Let me drag this more effectively. Apologies for this. Kind of hate sometimes how this glitches. Coming back to a specific chart. Yeah, so there's about a 555% gain from the very bottom wick down here up through the top, again with the 555. So that's really amazing too, to see how some of even these percentage moves are very, very calculated with these quote-unquote angel numbers, or these sequences of 3 numbers in a row. So that's just a little side note, but let's get back into the TA. And anyone who's been following this so far, you knew we had this cup, this handle, and then the breakout with this red box territory. I don't want to go over it every video, so please just watch my previous videos if you haven't already and you're new here. Then we drew a measured move, which is this white bar, and this measured move is from the top of this cup down through the bottom. And you can see from the top of that measured move about through that top wick, we're only looking at being off by 6%. And we could have, of course, thought about the 111 price. It's funny, I actually got on a call a couple days ago with someone close to me, and I was discussing how watch it hit $1.11 and then pull back. So that's just amazing. I didn't share that on YouTube, but I shared that with a friend of mine, and I can't wait to have a conversation with him again to discuss how crazy that is that I brought that up, because not only did it hit the 111, but it bashed all the way down to 85 cents like within moments. So that's pretty crazy to see that kind of stuff happen, but it just shows you, like, once you start understanding these numbers, it all starts coming into reality and making a lot more sense for you. So what I don't want going on today, though, and what could be very, very bearish, is these twin towers right here. The twin towers. So if we get a close below this 91.5 level, we're going to have what's called a bearish engulfing candle, and that would potentially bring us down to a, further downside. It would just be a short-term trend reversal, and we would have to track how that would go moving forward. But I'm not bearish at all. I was saying that I was expecting a pullback to the 70-cent region after we hit $1. So that was something that I've been saying for weeks now. I said I would expect it to move up to $1 in April, and then after that, we're probably going to make a bigger trading range. And within that trading range, it's probably going to pull back to retest the previous highs that we got, such as this one, and even the previous breakout level, which would be considered this golden pocket, the 786 to 618 Fibonacci. And I did mention that there was a possibility to come up as high as $1.17, because that is the golden ratio, the 1618. But with the 111, that would make way more sense. So we need to see how the rest of this goes, because there is a potential for continuation to the downside, but it's welcomed. Anyone who's aware of technical analysis and how to, handle this market, you can't get emotional when you see these things. Again, when XRP did this pump and dump, this took a while. This took some time. If you were to measure it from about the time it started breaking out to the breakdown, you're looking at a course of 42 days. I did that really fast. That's ironic. About 40 days. Anyone who knows 42 and why I'm laughing, you get it. Anyways, so it took about 40 days, right? And now, if we were to just look at when we broke out right here, just go in the middle of this red box and bring it over 40 days, we're looking to about mid-May, heading into mid-May. And I was mentioning to everyone, like, hey, May is probably when I'm expecting to see, like, these big jumps for the whole market. moving into May, because starting on the 19th, we're going to move into Taurus, and Taurus is the bull. So not only is this the year of the ox in the Chinese New Year, the year of the bull, it will also be moving into the zodiac bull, and that's going to be big. So I was anticipating into May, that's going to be strong. Also, I know, like, I think May 4th is Hal Finney's birthday, and Hal Finney is allegedly the guy who might be the real Satoshi. Anyways, I don't care about that. I don't want to get into that, but that speculation is pretty interesting. With that being said, though, I would get so bullish on XRP if it pulls back to the 70, 75 cent level, because that would be telling me that this level, which has been a very long-term resistance, the 75 to 65 cent level, this whole range right here, that range, sorry, I meant to say right here, you can see that range has no trading whatsoever. We blasted through this and it just went up in a straight line, and that's not healthy. And I've told people, like, you know, one day you're going to wake up and XRP is just going to be blasting off and you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? And that's the way that this thing acts. So we don't want this right here, that moment again. We want to actually have a new confirmed support above the 70 cent level, so that we can say to ourselves, yes, we are actually building a market structure. XRP is one of the few cryptos that has no market structure. And that's why I say to people, you need to understand that this does matter. Because if there's no market structure, the whales can just push it around however it goes. And when retail starts getting scared, which they probably started getting scared today, you know, because the only people who were selling at these wicks were sophisticated traders, probably people who were astrologers who knew about all this shit that I'm discussing with you guys. So this is very esoteric stuff, and there's a reason why retail needs news, because they couldn't, you know, they're pacified. They couldn't keep up consciously with this type of information. So if you were to tell them, like, yeah, it's all about Gematria, look at all this stuff that's going on, they won't be able to understand that. So today they needed to be hit with some news, or they need to have reasons, and we don't do that here. We don't give a shit about news. It doesn't matter. It is a waste of our time. The broken compass is a waste of time. That is my red pill for today. So with that being said, I'm now going to get into Bitcoin, because I feel like we're all aware of what XRP should do next, which is build strength in this 80 to $1 cent range. And if it could trade there for months, I would be so happy. Wouldn't everyone be happy to know that XRP has built all this trading range in the dollar level? To me, as a long-term investor, I would welcome that. I would be so happy. Let's check out Bitcoin really quickly, because there's something interesting going on here. I'm really sorry if this chart is messy. Again, we were talking about how this red circle back here was a fractal pattern that I was seeing play out here, and now it is officially gone. This red circle is no more what's happening, and that's great. It's fine. I don't care about fractals. I don't really care about any. I just react to the market I'm given, and that, I think, is a strength that people need to develop. Don't worry too much about fractals or patterns or the pattern trading. It's not really that important. What is important is market structure, and right now we have continuous higher lows. So that's fantastic. And I drew this red trend line just for like shits and giggles. And if we pull back into it and then continue to build up, that would actually be very similar to what Ethereum has been doing. So Ethereum and Bitcoin are actually starting to look pretty similar in regard to market structure. And that is what I focus on most when it comes to the technical analysis. So market structure is king, because without market structure, it's hard to do good technical analysis. And we're building a really nice strength around this $55,000 to $59,000 level. And again, I welcome that, because the more time we have trading in these ranges, the more extended the bull run could be. And the more boring an asset gets, the less volatility it has, the more explosive the breakout is. Think about it back here, right? When Bitcoin was trading at this like $10,000 to $12,000 level forever, and then it exploded all the way to 42,000, that was massive. You know, it was one of the only it was one of the only things in the entire market that was doing those sorts of gains at that time. And why? Because it was boring. All the other altcoins like Chainlink and etc., they've had that nice summer pump, and Bitcoin didn't. So when Bitcoin did that move, I was getting so excited because I knew that once it broke its all-time high around here in December, it was going to be a massive move for everything, including the altcoins. And now you can go back to January 1st, look at any altcoin, and you're looking at 500 to 1,000+% gains, and that's amazing. But Bitcoin now is coiling up, and it's going to start taking back dominance, most likely, on its next leg up. People are talking about how we're in an alt season right now because Bitcoin's losing dominance. Don't worry about that, okay? That's a bunch of that's mess, a waste of your time. Bitcoin is the ark holding 2 of each shitcoin, and on that ark you have Noah and his family, which are the most important players in the game. And you should know by now who those players are. And if you don't, maybe you should spend a lot more time looking into that, because XRP is clearly one of the homies, you know? It's crazy to say this, but XRP is definitely one of the important players forever in this space. I would like to imagine that also Ethereum will be with Ameribor. But I don't want to waste too much time on my opinions, because what's that for, right? With that being said, I'm really happy to be seeing consolidation, and also I'm also going to be looking for a touchdown of this red line. Quickly get into one more chart and then we'll end this video, because this market is just looking fantastic today. I love seeing red days, and so should you. So this big parallel channel has been in play since all the way back here in October. And as you can see, we've gotten 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch point, 4 touch point, and 2, and then we'll just call today 3. So I'm looking for a bounce here, maybe 1 more touch to the top, and then a breakout leading into the middle of April. I've been saying this for a while now to expect a breakout in mid-April. If we were to move this out, the 117th day of the year is going to be the end of April, and 117 is one of the ciphers in Bitcoin. So that is making me very stoked, because the more it trades sideways, I kind of see something like this going on. Again, this isn't a prediction. This is just me doing analysis and kind of giving you an idea. Something like this in the structure. So potentially like that $70,000 Bitcoin leading into the 21st of April. We'll just leave it there, like 21st, 22nd, something like that. It could happen faster though, because once it breaks out of these down-sloping trend lines, it goes up to the top pretty quickly. This was the only anomaly right here. And again, this anomaly was ritual, because it was on March 13th, which was a 1-year anniversary from the low price. And that was the cryptocurrency COVID crash. And yeah, so I think that this video was packed full of information. We got a lot of understanding as to why XRP has been breaking out the way it has been, and why it's cooling off the way it is. You can't just move up in a straight line. We should welcome a pullback. Again, if we see that daily closure below the 90-cent level, the 91-cent level, this will be the Twin Towers, and we'll probably have something like this happen very shortly. And that will all coincide with that Bitcoin breakout leading into mid or late April that I just discussed earlier. And we could just go ahead and say that XRP is now catching up. It's catching up to everything else. And this means that everyone's portfolio should be nice and well-rounded. You can chill. Oh, and Theta. I'm not even going to talk about it, but I'm getting excited. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix, everyone. Much love. Catch you in the next one.